To my second wrestling weekly review. First thing, apparently, there's rumors going around about SummerSlam being in Cleveland this year, and possibly having a PLE. WWE is going to have a PLE in Paris as well. They've already announced PLE in Berlin, an Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia, and of course the two ones in Saudi Arabia. So, if Paris is true, before overseas. Now, in MLW, have been three of the wrestlers have asked for their releases. Alex Hammerstone, Jacob Patu, and Jishi Finu, with both Jishi Finu and Jacob, not Jacob, Nancy Noy, both claiming that they have been granted their releases, and Alex Hammerstone has not. And none of them have appeared in MLW TV since July, I guess? June, July. So it's been a few months. Excuse me. Matt Riddle has announced his next appearance, which should be a match against RVD in Ohio at the Reading 3 being on March 9th, 2024. And the only other person I know of has gone something is Dolph Ziggler. He's doing a comedy thing this month. Something has something to do with, I think it's a Wrestlers Convention too, but I think he's doing the comedy show. Technically, that won't break his non-compete clause, which goes which ends right before Christmas. Excuse me. Looks like this past week, the Creed Brothers and Ivy Nile made their main roster debut on Raw, and the Creed Brothers defeated Alpha Academy with normally Chad Otis taking the pin. Previously in the past, in these type of matches, Chad Gable has taken the pin. So, but and and, and so and they look good. So it's like this is the first real first time really been seen by most of the WWE universe, since the majority of the people don't watch NXT. So those who keep up probably have at least heard of them, I hope. Um, Seth Rollins, he basically Madonna's best Monday in Raw, which was Seth Rollins' first singles match on Raw since July. Basically, he's had single matches obviously on PLDs like SummerSlam and so forth, and he's had matches at live events, non-televised shows. Plus, I think he may have had a match here or there, dark matches like SmackDown and Raw. Since he's won the title too, but he hasn't won. This is his first televised non-PLE singles match since July, which is kind of interesting. Because he was trying to say he's more defend the title more than the other chap, Roman Reigns, does. Uh, Also, looks like Miz is now a face. This past Monday he had Miz on Miz TV, except he had Gunn to come on Miz TV, uh, except Gunn didn't show up. Ludwig Kaiser and Vinci and uh, and Giovanni Vinci came instead. And Miz said, "Hey, where is he? And Gunther shows up and kind of like, hey, I'm the man now. He is the guy. How then appearing ends up destroying Miss TV Miss TV set, and Miss tries to jump him, but he gets attacked, and DIY comes in to make the save. Then you see Miss in the back tries to get match with Gunther from Adam Pearce, and Pearce says, "Oh, he has a match set up," and Pearce was going to be Bronson Reed, who shows up and say Bronson Reed, and Miss tells Bronson, "Okay, you have next." But he's going to win the championship. And it's later announced that for Raw on this upcoming week, that's going to be in the one contender for the Intercontinental Championship with The Miz, Bronson Reed, uh, um, um, like, what's his name from the, what's his name? Ivar. So I was going to say B, but I forgot thing, the Viking Raiders, and Ricochet. I do think that I think Miz will probably win. I can see Bronson Reed winning too. Honestly, I can see any of the four really winning it. You know, I've been hearing that Ivar has been uh, getting a lot of praise in the back as of late for his matches with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. So good for him. I don't know if he'll be. I mean, I'd like to see him go against Gunther, or I'd like to see him be pushed a little bit more to make him look like he might actually have a chance to win it. Even though I don't think he will win it. I think of those four men, Bronson Reed's probably be the one, the best chance to get victory number two. But I'm sure they have something in mind for Gunther down the road, anyways, too. So I'm assuming that they probably would take the title when they take the Intercontinental title. That means he's about ready to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, more likely. Uh, the for Survivor Series um, from some uh, Western Ticks on Twitter. It says that there are, as of November 1st, 1,296 tickets left available for the Survivor Series. I think I know they had opened more seats up for it to about 14,000. Of course, they opened it because people are thinking that a certain CM Punk is going to return as a vet. It is a good chance. I mean, how is, even though WWE is still saying no, they, they may they may still sign him anyways and sign him, and they may sign him, but maybe after Survivor Series because he may still have a non-compete clause. He might be, and all the stuff he's been saying about he'll be free in 2 months back in September might be BS too anyways. Plus he's not really helping the cost of not being there. He was asked about that on a radio show in Chicago, like a week or two ago. If he was going to be there, he said, "Were the fans asking that?" That's sold out. But as I said, it's not yet. But the tickets are getting hard to get, so that kind of confirms he won't be there, at least in the stands. So if he is going to be there, he'll be behind, be coming out as a not necessarily competitive, but maybe like after the War Games match or what that he might come out and have a stare down like Seth Rollins or someone. Uh, this is doesn't really deal with wrestling that much, but it's related. Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers did the DX chop during a game. Did several times. Several times. Well, one time with several chops, I should say. And he ended up getting fined by the NBA, like 35 grand. Like for him, that's not a lot. That's like $50 for most, $50, $100 for most of us. And then Hunter Triple H has come out and said that, hey, WrestleMania's gonna be in Philadelphia in April. You can just that's a safe place. You don't get fined. And I doubt he's gonna show up because this depends on where the 76ers are playing around that time and other things too, like playoff push and so forth. That's but that's 5 months, 6 months away, so don't worry about that. Uh, in NXT, Dominic Mysterio defended his North American title and against Nathan Frazer, and he retained. After the match, Wesley came out and attacked him. Uh, Braun Breaker had a match defeated Mr. Stone, Robert Stone, to his goes by. And after the match, he was basically about to do the same thing to him he did to Von Breaker, but putting him to a with the steps. Except Von Breaker comes out and makes a save, and I think he was about to do that, put use the steps on Von Breaker, but Von Breaker was able to escape. WWE Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defended the tag team belts against Tracy Jean and Thea Hill and retained. And it was shown that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn were watching from the Raven's Nest. That's gonna be interesting because that was shown on Friday for SmackDown. Uh, the NXT Elijah Dragunov defended the NXT Championship and retained against Carmelo Anthony. Excuse me. And after the match, Trick Williams comes in and has a stare down with Melo, who just like last week, was denying that he attacked Trick Williams and took him out. Of course, of course he's going to admit something. Then they cut to backstage, and you see Baron Corbin attacking Dragunov. So that's part. So I guess Corbin's going to be going for the NXT Championship title. Um, I forgot to mention that Lola Vice won the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament as well. I think most people saw that coming. Uh, Gigi Dolan and Zach Wentz got engaged. Zach Wentz is in Impact plus TNA with the part of the Rascals with Trey Miguel, and Gigi Dolan's in NXT right now. And I think Gigi necessarily announced it on Twitter, and Zach Wentz retweeted. On this past Monday, Jason Seagal was at a wrestling event, public Lucha, and during the main event, which was Penta versus Sammy Callahan, Penta ended up in Seagal's lap, and then Sammy Callahan super kicked Penta while he was still in his lap, and they're like photographs of Jason Seagal looking up. And you don't know who Jason Seagal is? He's an actor. He was in How I Met Your Mother. He was in several. He was in Forgetting. He was starting Forgetting Sarah Marshall. There's a couple other movies as well. So, uh, On Dynamite, one of the most important things, Orange Cassidy retained his international title over against Claudio Castagnoli. And, and Claudio was going after him because of Brian Danielson's injury, which, according to AEW, be at least by the end of the year, beginning of next year. So he injured his uh, orbital bone in the match against in the tag team match with Claudio last week against Orange with Orange Cassidy and I can't think of his tag team partner right now, but okay, right in the last week. He's getting into Dawson's getting into way too much right now. And I'm hoping actually accepted Sting's and Darby Allin's request to be the third man in the six-man tag match against Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and in the grain at Full Gear in a couple of weeks. It's like they could probably done this off at least one more week, maybe two, to make it look like he was actually thinking about it. His head be all convinced a little bit more that what Christian Cage is doing is wrong, and whether he actually turns on him or not, that's a totally separate issue. But this makes it seem like he might turn on Sting and Darby during the match. But especially after what he said about that his friendship with Christian Cage is a lot more important in wrestling. So I guess we're waiting to see it Full Gear, see what happens. Uh, Tony Khan had an important announcement. And it was the tickets for All In London at Wembley Stadium going on sale on December 1st. Now, a lot of people are saying, and I actually agree with them, that this wasn't a big announcement to make on Dynamite. Because how often because WWE doesn't really do that anymore. They will send out a press release or put out a tweet on Twitter and on Instagram, Facebook, social media. Basically, social media say, hey, like that's how people learn about Berlin. It's like they send to some members of Sports Illustrated or ESPN, and they would do the job. Hey, this is happening. I don't know. It was like they could have done something with Warner Bros. Discovery that they own TNT and TBS. Hey, we're doing this, and they could send out a memo on the tweet. We've had like Nigel McGuinness, had people like Surveyor, whoever else is, what's his name? Malachi Black is, I guess Malachi Black is from Netherlands. Um, I'm missing someone who's from British on it, but it doesn't really matter. We like we've had a few of the British or European wrestlers put it out. Don't really like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. That way it could be picked up by like BBC and so forth for the early evening news or even the late night news. By the time Dynamite airs, most people will be asleep already. Now, I don't know what time it actually airs in like the UK. I know the Raw and SmackDown airs live. Well, at least Raw does. I think SmackDown might as well. But I'm always surprised if it gets aired again like the next day at some point for more people to watch it as well. But when they announce this, like I said, when they announce the shows, they they don't do it doing Raw or SmackDown anymore. They will talk it up during the show, which that part I would agree with. Like if like having something like a segment with Renee Paquette talking to talking to Tony on, hey, about that. Hey, I have Tony Schiavone and JR, Excalibur, and Taz, and whomever, and Nigel and Kevin Kelly, and then talking up on Dynamite and on Rampage. I think listen, it's not that hard to do, and it's like, especially when majority of the big announcements, big and huge announcements, are important announcements, are not really that. I'm not saying they're not important, but not that big to be saying that. There's and then Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho teamed up in a match, won. After the match, Don Callis comes out with the Don Callis family, which is Will Ospreay, Carl Fletcher, uh, Takashita, and and Powerhouse Hobbs. And Don Callis challenged his four men to an 8-man tag on November 15th in Ontario, California, which might be there that night. 8-man tag if they could find two men. Kenny Omega said, "No what? Okay, you got it's got Okada. I think no BC, sorry, BC. You got BC." Jericho handed the mic over Jericho and said, he's got a big person coming out. Goss is saying, yeah, there's no one bigger than Paris Hobbs. It's like, well, he is big. He might be considered a giant. It's Paul White. Carl Fletcher tries to attack him, and Paul White just knockout punch on him. He doesn't come all the way out; he just comes out. Looks like he's not really moving the greatest. But well, I guess being a tag match will actually get him in the ring, but it won't have to do much. It'll be kind of like one Andre the Giant. Last few months, he was tag team champions with Haku in WWE. About 30 years ago. It was a bad back, so he didn't really have. He could still get in the ring, but he didn't have to do much, which is good. So you still get that something. But that's one thing too. That sometimes people like Paul White, and it's not just WWE. The AEW, WWE does this too. We probably shouldn't be in the ring. Probably needs to be out of the ring, and a lot of times it's not because injuries, but because they can't go anymore. Sheeta defended her AEW championship against Willow Nightingale and retained. And after the match, Julia Hart comes into the ring. Sky Blue comes down, looks at Julia Hart, looks like Willow Knight, looks at Julia Hart again, and sprays some mist into her face. MJF ends up teaming found 3 guys to team with, and ends up being Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed. He comes and in order for him to team up with him, he and wearing like pink trunks and all in pink. But I think it was given by from Anthony Bowens, but that was a joke. He was like, and he's probably having fun with it, even though it doesn't seem like something that MJF would do. And basically, this match was looking for, which is Blue Club Gold. And basically, if MJF, the claim Billy Gunn, won, Jay White would return the AEW heavyweight title back to MJF, Bullet Club, and everybody. So he still has possession of the belt. It's not the champ, but he still has possession of the belt. Eric, the Viking Raiders, on I guess it was Wednesday, late Wednesday, early Thursday. I guess it was Thursday morning. Not on Instagram, and he also put the other day he tweeted out that he had neck surgery two feuds. I think C6 and C7. So it's gonna be out of action for a while. Hence the reason I've, as I mentioned earlier, has had single matches with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. And it's not this though. If Ivor starts doing well and getting big, and uh, and if Eric is able to return from the injury, I can see like a jealousy type, have them break up and have a jealousy type thing with Eric. Shows that Ivor's getting all this attention. That could work, keep him heel. But again, as we all say in wrestling, wait and see. Also, it was announced that Ric Flair actually, when he came back, um, for Sting's gift from Tony Khan, it was where he signed a multi-year, ended up being only 2 years, so it's still multi-year contract with AEW with his Woo drink as the beverage of AEW. He has stated, Flair has stated that he wants at least one more match, and apparently he's been cleared by AEW doctors to take bumps. This guy is almost 80 years old. I hope, God forbid, I godly hope he doesn't get it back in the ring. In his match last year, last year, around SummerSlam weekend when he had that retirement match with teaming with his Andrade, his son Andrade. He looked bad, terrible. Considering he probably had a match in several years, he looked good. And it was like, yeah, he needs to stay out of the ring. He's gonna get himself hurt and himself killed. And I realize Christian Cage was just joking about that, but still, he does have a point. Well, not necessarily joking, I should say, but I know he's not being serious about that either. Um, well, this past on Thursday, the Impact, they was not triple taping. They did do a taping. They have to Bound for Glory. Normally they do 2 weeks worth of tapings, but the week after they didn't, which will be the Fallout show, showing a couple matches from 4 matches, showing the Will Ospreay and Mike Bailey match, which was a good match, and so parts of a couple of the matches, and talked about Impact changing the name to TNA, and Tracy Brooks and Don West and Mike's name, my bad, Mike's name making induction to the Impact Hall of Fame. And this week episode was they were in UK for 4 shows. 3 in England itself and 1 in Scotland. And this episode was actually the one that was filmed in Scotland. And the first match was Joe Hendry and Frank Kazarian, which was the final for Scottish Heritage Cup. And Joe Hendry won, and he's also from Scotland too. And the party was Turning Point, which was filmed in Newcastle too, and aired Friday night on pay-per-view too. So there's a couple of things in that I'll mention in a couple of minutes. Matt Cardona, uh, uh, just let me go back out of the document. This is a bit, uh, Mr. Saint Laurent, this is MLW by the way, said, hey, Matt Cardona, who is in Laurent's group, going to take on the winner of the Jacob Fatu Alex Kane Heavyweight Championship match at Flatland. Except there's one problem with that. Possible one problem with that. On the same card, Matt Cardona faces Vince Warner, and that's a loser leaves MLW. Now, this could change between now and then, but initially I had Matt Cardona going to lose that match. Now, don't know for sure yet because of what, unless there's something. I'm sure I can see Matt Cardona losing still, and then finding a way, like a loophole somewhere to which says, well, you can still wrestle for them anyways. Yeah, which will make that, which will kind of like, why make it a lose leave match then if you're just going to do that, at least immediately, I should say. Uh, we can want to say that was calling a promo Eddie Kingston, uh, and Jay Lethal, and he just basically said Kingston was a garbage wrestler and has no honor. And Stokely Hathaway shows up, and he congratulates Judd and Lethal for being up Kingston. Judd says, "Hey, Lethal needs a power match against Kingston." Hathaway says, "Okay, I'll think about it. I'll send you an email back. Go wait and see about that." Uh, Athena had a Ring of Honor championship match against Mercedes Martinez. Match ended when with Billy Starks. Billy Starks came out in the match and hit Mercedes Martinez with the Ring of Honor title, and allowed Athena to retain the title. And Athena basically brought back into the MIT meetings and training because of that. Uh, and which also leads to the announcement of that Athena and Billy Starks are going to be teaming up at at, Wrestling's at Wrestling. Uh, Pro Wrestling Revolver. Athena and Billy Starks are going to be teaming up to face Ronda Rousey and Minister Sophia. And this is actually Ronda Rousey's second match because she and Sophia teamed up a couple weeks ago out in California. And this match is taking place in LA, so I think she looks like she's might continue to wrestle, but it's gonna be a little more independent stuff in the LA area and stuff. But who knows? She probably does, but she's not gonna. Of course, not gonna say anything. Apparently, she was still on the WWE main page, her bio, and when she showed up and got in the ring for that, WWE took her bio off of the main page and put it into the alumni section. So it's like they did that with I think Already Strongest as well too. So uh, the okay at turning point, my real big thing was Trinity defending her Knockouts Championship against Deanna Peraza, and if Peraza doesn't win, she won't be able to face Trinity again for the championship as long as Trinity has the championship. And 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 Trinity won, And a lot of the Plaza's contracts supposed to be expiring soon in the next couple 2-3 months. So she's probably not going. She's probably not going to win anyways. And Gail Kim was the special guest referee. And after the match, uh, Plaza attacked her, hit her, and Gail Kim fought back. So I got a feeling if Yana doesn't resign Impact, I don't think she would. More likely, she probably won't. I can see that be make that match in January um, with usually Impact type thing. Um, now, SmackDown was actually taped a week earlier after the live one, simply because of Crown Jewel being in Saudi Arabia. So, and the there was three kind of big things. First one was Sachi. Four big things actually. Sachi and Charlotte had defeated Piper Diamond and Chelsea Green in a 9 title match. And I mentioned earlier about Isla Dawn and Alba Fire watching on NXT. Well, they were shown backstage watching them watching this match as well. So that probably means they probably have the eyes set on the tag team titles. I can see Sachi and Charlotte also too, because they can say, "Hey, but we beat you already, so we should get a title match." Which I can see being a triple threat, maybe a Survivor Series. And got a bad thing that Sachi and Charlotte are going to win that match. But the thing is, will they be willing to go to all three shows though? Royal Fire and Zidane probably would, and obviously Piper Diamond and Chelsea Green will. Let's see, and B-Fab one post probably last night said we need to see one talk to him privately. My guess is to probably join the group and bring Theodonis with him too, possibly, since he's not doing anything either. And last time we saw him, he was maybe he was attacked by them too. So I don't know if he would be willing to join them or not. And it could be possible to see we should try and talk to him about. That's probably another. Yeah, that's probably what they're gonna talk about. Is hey, they attacked. Yeah, they attacked him unprovoked. But who knows? Bianca Belair and Bayley had a match. Bayley lost to Bianca. And but the main thing is Dakota Kai and Io Sky were both banned from ringside. So shenanigans was going to happen here. During the taping, Josh Gore and John Cena had did promos and stuff. But two things that took it, that main thing is that Solo say that that Cena that this better take a bow now is when he got through with him. Joe, he's not gonna be able to talk. And Cena was selling his small respect he received from Source Growth the week prior on recipe or whatever. And the main thing that came out of this was Cena saying, "Hey, the only reason you're here is because we kissed him." Well, which is because on SmackDown, you can say it's true. Being WWE, I would say it's because of his father. But same line. Because without his family, if you would not been standing in the ring with John Cena wasn't because of his family. See then on my page, Daniel Garcia uh, defeated Trent Beretta, and after the match, Garcia asked for a title match against MJF, which MJF agreed to. The the Ass Guns, some people say, defeated Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. And after the match, they talked about how they're going to win the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles against MJF. And as of right now, MJF has no partner and is going to have two matches at Full Gear. One for the Ring of Honor titles, Tag Team titles, and the AEW Championship. And as of right now, I think he's going to lose the Tag Team belts. But again, just like the McDonald thing, that can change. I can change my mind between now and then too. So because other reasons, as I feel things unfold on Dynamite and Beats and Collision, I think can change my mind on that. Let's see. That's only two big things about Rampage. Came out on Saturday, and this explains why he wasn't on the Joel card. Is that Gunther's can't travel overseas with in retrospect to his visa, residency visa, and there's a good chance he might be missing the purely in Perth, Australia as well. And I believe Chelsea Green had the same problem earlier this year. You know, they were while I was in Canada, and she was in there supposedly. She had her flight. It's kind of a long flight, supposedly, but her luggage got to Canada, but she didn't. That's to explain why she wasn't on TV that night. With Crown Jewel, the North Blind section was the ring announcer the whole night, and that was two reasons. One, Samantha Irvin, the War announcer, probably because it's anti-rape was a woman. Though the woman, that's probably part of it. And I think that Mike Rome apparently was on vacation. He was posting pictures of him being in Italy and or Greece on social media. So he was on a vacation. So they had him do it. JD McDonald and Sami Zayn was a kickoff show, and Sami Zayn won that. Seth Rollins, he retained the World Heavyweight Championship over Drew McIntyre after the match. Damian Priest came down to ringside with the briefcase and a ref to cash in. And before he could cash in, he got attacked by a man in a hoodie. And it being Sami Zayn, took the money in the bank briefcase with him, ran through the crowd. Damian Priest went after him. And then they go backstage and see Drew McIntyre sitting. Obviously, after the match, Lee Ripley comes by him, gives him a look like, I told you so, being she accepted the Judgment Day's help. And it looks like he's going to do a little turn heel. Rhea Ripley retained her title in a fair five-way with Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Joey Starks. Right. So Dakota was able to defeat John Cena. This match seemed like with any of that match, seemed like it took the whole crowd out for most of the rest of the night. Logan Paul is the new U.S. champion. defeating Rey Mysterio, and Mysterio almost got hurt because Logan Paul was out of position, but Logan Paul was able to catch him to where Mysterio won't land on his uh, neck. He was doing a flip off the ropes. Io Sky retained her title over Bianca Belair. Bailey ended up coming down to ringside, and during the match, Bianca Belair had Bailey, who was ready to do the kiss of death to her on the announce table, and here comes Kairi Sane for save Bailey. Attacks Bianca Belair. Belair is able to listen this whole time with back to them. That was arguing with Io. Bianca gets in the ring, and then Io was able to survive to pin her. After the match, Io and Shuri were celebrating in the ring. Bailey was looking at them like in shock, and Paul mentions that when Io left to go back to Japan, Bailey was in her last match. So like that's probably gonna be more tension and resentment and what have you in the in Damage Control. And let's see. Uh, Cody Rhodes beats Damian Priest. Um, and then, Judgment Day comes down, tries to help out Priest, but Jey Uso comes out and helps Cody, and Cody helps Cody pull off the victory. And he is the only one to win the whole weekend. Yeah, you see, it's gonna be something. I'm from Monday Night War. There's gonna be something coming out of that none of them could win. And the main event was Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. Roman Reigns obviously defended. You got Jimmy Uso to help him with that. And this is one match. It's like, trust me, I see Roman Reigns get the title off of him, or titles, I should say. But LA Knight was not going to be the guy, at least not right now. Let him wait a couple months. He might be the guy, but I think Cody is the person to take off him. But it is like it's like this is probably the most obvious one. Match, especially when it's already been kind of announced he's not going to be at Survivor Series. He's not advertised for any shows for the rest of the year. Doesn't mean he won't show up unannounced, but yeah, with him you kind of want to announce that he's going to be there to help the ticket sales. So Survivor Series, the CM Punk is getting that. And with Collision, so Strickland with Mogul Embassy, uh, which is Papa Nana, Torlinor, and Khan. He defeated AR Fox after the match. They show AR Fox. The FTR comes to make the save, and LFI. Anyway, the LFI comes out and stops Big Bill and Ricky Starks from helping out, and this leads to a eight-man tag match for the main event with FTR and your list Reese and name Preston Vance of LFI teaming up against Big Bill, Ricky Starks, and against and with Lino Khan and Lino. Uh, the backstage, Kip Saban and the Horsemen versus J.D. Drake and Anthony Henry. They challenged Mark Briscoe to a six-man tag match. And Mark Briscoe accepts it. And FTR comes out and says, hey, we would like to be a partner. Briscoe says, doesn't want him to do double duty, and since he already has two partners already, so he doesn't need the help anyways. And plus, Tony Khan doesn't have wrestle twice in one night, so that's why on Rampage you don't see someone wrestling both Rampage and Dynamite in the same week. Let's see, there was a 6-night celebration with the guns, with the big gun and the Acclaim for the it's been 69 days since they won the AEW Trios Championships. It ends up being an open challenge. They end up taking on the team of Dr. Castro and the boys, Brendan Tate and Brent Tate, and they claimed and Billy Gunn won that match. Andrade O'Donnell said backstage that he's on Dynamite. He will make his final decision on CDP's offer to manage him. I guess he may be getting involved in this somehow. Mark Briscoe, his two tag team partners are Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee, and they defeat Kip Saban and the Horsemen. And Mark Briscoe is seen backstage being interviewed and says, when he was home, recovering from injury, saw Jay White on TV, called him an imposter, and challenged him to a match on Dynamite. This week's Dynamite. So I think with the implication of the winner will face MJF at Full Gear. So basically, Jay White's going to win. If they didn't have that implication, I might be going with Mike Briscoe with shenanigans from MJF, but I'm going to go with Jay White because he's other story on the telling. So you got that. Where Samoa Joe, when he won a TV champ, says that yeah, MJF needs to have him as a friend, protect him, and he's basically and it goes on to say he's basically beating everyone in AEW just about. And then QT shows up and says, "You haven't beat me yet." Samoa Joe says, "Okay, I'll take care of that then." And they're going to have a match on Dynamite as well. So there's going to be some pretty good matches at Dynamite. That's a couple that I've seen so far. Then FTR and with Roos and Preston Vance, they defeated the team of Big Bill, Ricky Starr, and the Gates of Agony, Cure, and Khan and Leona. After the match, House of Black, you had actually watched if I mentioned had watched the interaction which set up the match earlier in the night. You had Vanette, which distracted FTR, and then attacked FTR from behind, and they were attacking them to BCC members. YouTube and Claudio Castagnoli come and save them. And I forgot to mention this too with Christiana backstage. Christiana Widow, Nightingale, and Sky Blue were being interviewed, and Statlander makes mention of Blue investing Julia Hart on Dynamite, and Blue said, I did it for Willow Nigga and no one else. And I don't know, that's all for this week, and thank you for watching.